Morning you guys, it's Karen and I'm here with a favourites. I think it's a very long time since I did a favourites and I've got a lot on my list to show you. So I've got hair care, skincare, makeup and even a nail item. So let's get started with hair care, and this is really a brand I'm talking about, and it's Mark Hill. And it's very unusual for me to like more than one item from any brand. You know, I tend to find people will ask me my opinion on a brand and I'll say, well, I like one thing, but there's a couple of things I really don't like. But I've actually found 3 things from Mark Hill that I really like. The only thing is the first 2 are pretty similar. So I got the Extreme Root Lift Volume Spray and I got the 12-in-1 Wonder Spray. And I love the fact that these are non-aerosol. Mark Hill is cruelty free, excuse me. And I've been using these after washing my hair and then putting my Velcro rollers in, or, you know, drying it to see if they would give me some volume. I'm trying to find a replacement for, not replacement for, but my PhD 5-in-1 styling cream is something that I love, but it's expensive. And I also prefer to use a spray. And these have both been brilliant, but they seem to both work the same way. I should have a little look at the ingredients, shouldn't I, and see what the story is. But this one gives great volume, this one gives great volume, and they both give a really nice sort of bouncy blow dry that feels lovely. And the volume, I can't say the volume stays in. That's the one thing I've never found 100% dupe for the 5-in-1, the PhD 5-in-1, because with that one, if I put that in my hair and put Velcro rollers in or use my Babulous big hair, the volume stays in for days. Whereas with these, I do get a lovely lot of volume, but it does flatten a little bit in the following couple of days, but not as much as other volume products I've used. Some other ones I've used and you get a little bit of volume and then it's gone by the end of the day, but these ones do hold a little bit more. So I've really been enjoying both of these, and I can't recommend one above the other because, like I say, they don't really feel any different. I'm not sure what the 12 is. The other product I love from Mark Hill is this. It's the Freeze Hold Extreme Hairspray. I've just sprayed a bit of this and it smells delicious, I have to say. I don't really like aerosols. Hairspray is the only one that I really use because it's hard to get a good one that's non-aerosol. But what I love about this is it doesn't have a top. It's one you can just pick up and spray. It does mean that this will probably get clogged, but I'm okay with that. And like I said, it smells lovely and it is actually a really strong hairspray. I've bought so many hairsprays recently that have said they are strong hold and they're just not. They just, to me, don't hardly do anything, you know. Thinking about it, there is a product from Mark Hill that I tried that I didn't love, and it was a spray, I think, and it was for holding curls in. I think it was called a curl hold spray or something like that. That didn't work for me, unfortunately, but this I love, or those 3 products. Okay, let's talk skincare. I wanted to show you this briefly. Now, I've just done a whole video on the beauty-based skincare, but I wanted to let you know that I'm still loving this. I have been using it ever since that video. It's the vitamin C serum. I think it's going to run out pretty quickly because I put it all on my face and down my neck, and it really makes my skin feel lovely. Absolutely love it. And I think it's a great price. I actually think it's really nice. It's a vitamin C derivative, so I'm using it as well as a vitamin C. I'll show you the one I'm using at the moment. And I use this when a vitamin C might not work. You know, an actual ascorbic acid might not work with a skincare plan I've got. So I'm using this when I can. I really, really enjoy it. It's just makes my skin feel so soft and nourished. So loving that. So I wanted to point that out. And then the other vitamin C I'm using is this. This is the Timeless Vitamin C. Do you remember I talked in my empties about I had bought the Timeless Vitamin C in a dropper bottle? I was just thinking there to slow my voice down, but some of you said that you think I speak too slow. So it just shows you that you can't please all of the people all the time, as they say. Anyway, I showed you that I had bought the little dropper bottle, but they've now got the new packaging. So I bought this. The pH is obviously much better. It's perfect on this. I've been using this for about 3 weeks. I don't use it every single day, almost every day, but I'll miss it out if I don't have time for this to completely dry and sink in, because I do like to leave a little bit of time, not for this to work. I like to leave a little bit of time for my skin to kind of get back to its normal pH for the moisturizer or sun cream I'm going to put on. And also if this doesn't work with something else I'm using in my routine, but I really, really like this. I'm going to do a video on this, comparing it to the Ordinary Vitamin C, the 23% one. Now, when the 23% vitamin C, the ascorbic acid, came out from the Ordinary, nobody liked it. And I was included in that. It really irritated my skin. I was looking at it the other day and thinking perhaps I should try it again because, well, firstly, I noticed it had squalane in it, and I don't know if it did at the time, but regardless of that, I have been using a lot more acids over the years, and I think my skin has become more tolerant, you know, and so I'm going to give it another go, and I'm going to compare this to the Ordinary ascorbic acid and also the ethylated ascorbic acid from Hyaluronic and the Ordinary that you guys know I love, but I am really enjoying that. The next two items are from DCM, one from NIOD, one from the Ordinary. This is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toner, and I'm really glad to have this. I've been trying to use up the things that I bought to test for you guys. So the Glycolic Acid toner by Boots Ingredients, but it didn't say how much of it was glycolic acid toner, so that bothered me. I used the PHA toner from the Inky List, but that one was just a little bit too gentle for me. But they did what I wanted them to, but I like that this is a 7%. Glycolic acid will only have a mild effect on aging, but it is supposed to be good for things like fine lines, etc., and just general texture of the skin. And also the reason I like to use a toner like this is it helps to bring the pH of my skin back to a more normal level, especially because I'm using a lot more water. You guys will know, if you've followed me for a while, I don't like using face washes and water. I've always been somebody that's liked to use a sort of oily product with a cotton wool pad to take my makeup off, but I've switched to using the reusable cotton pads, and I don't love that method as much, and so I've been trying to use water and a cleanser or like a face halo, things like that. And so because of that, I want to use something to make sure that my pH is okay afterwards. Now, I live in Scotland and the water here is not hard water, so the pH shouldn't be crazy high, but still, it's just something that I feel nicer doing. You know, I feel like I'm doing something good for my skin. And this one I just love because it never stings. It feels refreshing. I know exactly what's in it. There's nothing nasty in it, and I love that. That's the Ordinary Glycolic Toner. And then the final skincare item is this. This is the NIOD MMHC, so the multi-molecular hyaluronic complex. I have tried many hyaluronic acids over the years, and I guess if I was a viewer, I'd be shouting at me going, why do you keep buying them if you don't get on with them? But I think it's because I know the science behind it. I know that it works. Like, it draws moisture to your skin, and I don't live in a dry climate. I mean, it's not particularly humid, but I don't live in a dry climate, so it should work for me. But a lot of hyaluronic acids I get just feel to nothingness. They just feel like I'm putting thick water on my skin, and I don't enjoy the experience. But also, I don't get any benefit from it. I've never felt like my skin is more plumped up or more hydrated. The closest I've come is the Hada Labo hyaluronic acid. I do like that. It's a bit more of a sort of gel formulation and less just, it is watery, but it's just got a little bit more substance to it. However, I haven't felt that it gives me anything moisture-wise. I haven't felt, maybe a little bit, but not noticeably. And so MMHC from NIOD is something that I used to love the version 1. This is version 2. And I had it in my head that I didn't love version 2, but I wanted to try it again, and I do love it. This has just got a sort of, I'm going to put it on my hand as if that's going to show you, and it won't, but it's got a sort of silky feeling to it. I suppose by doing that, it helps me describe it because I can feel it. You know, it's not like, it doesn't suddenly sink in. It's got a little bit of silkiness to it. That's the only way I can think about it. And it feels so luxurious, and it makes my skin feel more hydrated. And so this is my favorite hyaluronic acid of all time. You know, and it is expensive. It is from NIOD, but I think it's worth it. Especially, I'm using Differin now. I'm only using it once a week at the moment, but my skin is starting to get really dry. And so, you know, there's a lot of things I've been using that have really been helping, and this is one of them. I want to talk about lashes because I love these lashes. These are both the same lashes. I just wanted to show you that they used to be in this packaging. They're called Eylure Accents number 003, and they're now called Eylure Naturals number 003 3/4 length, but they're exactly the same thing. They look no different at all. And the other ones that I love, the ones that I've got on today, are Ardell 424. I think they might be called Naturals as well. I'll link everything for you. But lashes have been a real battle for me over the years. I've always loved the look of lashes on other people and could never get, I'd buy lashes, but they were always too wide for my eyes. And then I'd try and cut them down, but I wouldn't cut them evenly. And so they'd look ridiculous. Or I'd cut them wrong, you know, from the wrong end. And so there'd be great big long lashes here and then no lashes here. So it was obvious it didn't like taper off. Then I had the problem with applying them. You know, I'd have corners sticking up and all sorts. I feel like I finally got the knack of applying them. And I did do a video on it, well, a troubleshooting video, which I think would be helpful if you're having problems with lashes. But I finally found the 2 pairs of lashes that just work for me. And I think they don't look unnatural, you know, they look natural. In fact, I got the exact question that I wanted on one of my videos, which was, are you wearing lashes? And that's exactly what I want it to look like. Am I wearing lashes, or have I put something on my lashes to make them grow longer? And the ones I was wearing in that one were the Ardell 424, the same as today. But those and these ones from Eylure are both just the perfect amount of lash if you've got small eyes. Now, the Ardell 424 I do have to cut down, but these ones I don't. And so when there's a next, the 3 for 2 or the buy one, get one half price on lashes, I'm going to buy some more of these. I did have a look the last time I was in Boots and they didn't have it on. I think they're about £5, so I'll just stock up on them next time the offer is on. I love them. These would be my number 1, and the Ardell 424, I really like those as well. But because you have to cut them, it's not quite as easy. But the thing that I've realised that I was doing wrong in buying lashes is I was going for one with too big a band. I need the one where you've got like this, an invisible band, because those velour lashes, do you remember I got those velour lashes and I think they look lovely on, but I had to I struggled to get them on, you know, and I still think when I was looking down, you could easily see the band. I'm just not skilled enough, I don't think. And they're beautiful lashes, but I like the one with a really thin invisible band. Okay, finally, I have 3 makeup items to talk about. The first one is this. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush, and this is in Rosy Pink. And I just think that this is a colour that would suit anybody. It's just so, I feel like it's really natural looking. It is exactly as it says, very buttery. But what I love about this is I seem to be able to get it on very even. I don't think, I've said a million times, I don't think I'm skilled at makeup. I think that sometimes you can't see the flaws because, you know, we always see flaws in ourselves more, don't we? But also I'm a certain distance away. But sometimes I'll watch a video back and think, man, my blush is so uneven. But with this one, I always seem to be able to get it right. And I don't think it's me. I think it's the blush, you know, it just seems to go on evenly. It never looks patchy. It stays on. Oh, it actually smells a bit weird. Never noticed that before. Don't like the smell of that. It's a bit sort of plasticine smell, but I really like this. Really like it. Don't like the packaging. I think it's really kind of cheap and nasty packaging, but I love the colour, love the formula, love everything about that blush. Next, I want to talk about foundation. This is the Kat Von D True Portrait Foundation, and I am just loving this. Do you remember I did my video in January probably of my favourites makeup of 2019, and I said in it about foundations that I had a few to show you, but that none of them were really, they were all ones I was enjoying but hadn't tested them enough. This is now for me the kind of dupe, I suppose you could say, of my Lancome Teint Idole Ultra. The Lancome Teint Idole Ultra, I still have a bottle of that foundation to use up, but it's one that I always save for special occasions, if you like, because I'd never yet found one that was as good as it. I needed to get the right colour. I needed one that would look as flawless, not look cakey, last all day, etc., in a cruelty-free formula. That's what I've got with this. I don't know how they compare price-wise, but I absolutely love this. This is in Light 018. I can see me buying another colour because I love it so much. I'm never disappointed. You know, I've been paying attention to it. It lasts well on my face. It doesn't go cakey looking. I think it looks nice. I love this tube that it comes in. I love everything about this. I really, really love it. And I would say this is currently my favourite foundation. The kind of ultimate test for it was I put it on last Saturday when I was meeting my friends in Edinburgh. And I always go up early, like I get up there about 10 o'clock and I do some shopping, then we meet for lunch and then we go for cocktails. And so I'm out for the full day and I barely look in the mirror and touch my makeup up, you know. And usually I will wear my Lancome one, but I thought, right, I'm going to wear this and test it out. And it did so well. It still looked really good when I got home. And yeah, it was really good. I didn't have any of the oily breakthrough or anything. Okay, last makeup item is, this is actually new. I should really have included this at new at the drugstore, but I'm not sure I'm ready yet to do a new at the drugstore. But this is called Rebel Eyes Skinny Bee Precision Mascara by Gosh. I've tried a few Gosh mascaras because they're vegan, cruelty free, and I have to say I haven't loved them. I've never found one that was really, really good. I don't know whether this is made for bottom lashes. I imagine a lot of you will want to use it for that. But as soon as I saw this brush, let me get it right for you. You can see how skinny it is. I was like, oh, yeah, I've got to try that mascara, because that's the type of brush that I absolutely love. And not only is it a thin brush, it's a natural bristle brush. So I thought that's going to be perfect. But I have tried quite a few with that kind of thin brush that haven't been great. There's one by Marks and Spencer's, by Autograph, I think, that's got a brush like that. And I like the mascara, but it makes my eyelashes super stiff and really hard to take the mascara off. And, you know, I don't love it. This I really like. So I think, I've only been using it for a few weeks. And I know that I can go off mascaras, but I think that this will probably be the one I buy, unless I find something else in the meantime, when all of my other mascaras run out, because this is exactly what I'm looking for. The only thing I would say about this is it's not perfect. I'll still be trying other mascaras because it gives a little bit of volume, it gives a little bit of length, but you do need to build this up. Like if I'm not wearing lashes, I'm going to need to wear 2 coats of this, and that's not something that normally would have been a deal breaker, but I'm realizing I'm super fussy with mascara. So I'll put it on, you know, you need to go over quite a few times, and then I'll let it dry, do something else on my makeup, and then go back in again, and that really gives it a little bit more length, a little bit more volume, etc. And it's not clumpy at all. I really, really enjoy this, so highly recommend that one. Easy to come off, doesn't look like it's drying out so far, and I've been using it every single day, apart from this morning when I used one from Hourglass, because I bought a few things from Hourglass. Yeah, it's looking good so far, and it's drugstore price. In case you haven't seen my Amazon favourites over on my other channel, I have to tell you about my Bissel carpet cleaner. I know that's random and it's nothing to do with beauty, but my goodness, it is the best carpet cleaner I've ever used. I've always been a Vax girl, you know, I've loved Vax carpet cleaners over the years. And ideally we'd take this carpet up and put wooden floors down, but you know, it's super expensive. We got this carpet before we got Watson, so we've had it a long time. But I needed a carpet cleaner when Watson had he was throwing up blood, and there was blood everywhere. And I desperately needed a carpet cleaner. I had my Vax one, but it broke. Typically it broke. So we went out and looked for a new one. Couldn't find one in the shop, so I ordered one on Amazon Prime, thank goodness. It arrived the following day, and it's the Bissel one. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It is, compared to that Vax, I wish I'd have got this Bissel years ago. It's lightweight, the cord's better, it doesn't run out of water as quickly, the carpet dries better, the carpet doesn't have a strange smell, which I found always happened with Vaxes. It's got rid of stains. There was a little makeup stain in my bedroom, and I got it out and used it for that. In fact, it was, do you remember that Huda Beauty palette? And I told you that the eyeshadows popped out. Well, of course, I hadn't realised there was a little bit on the floor, and I must have stepped in it, and it just took that up, no problem at all. The carpet looks really like refreshed and not new, but you know, almost new. And so anyway, I wanted to tell you about it quickly, just in case you're in the market for a carpet cleaner, but also mention that I have got 2 videos on Amazon favorites that are more like household and gadgets. I found some really good things in 2019, really, really good things. So I'll link those videos for you in case you're interested. That's everything for my favorites. I would normally do a life updates. Life updates at the moment are, I'm getting headaches every afternoon. I have a referral to the pain clinic, so I just need to wait for that referral. And hopefully they can do something for me. And then of course the other big thing going on is Watson is about to have an operation. We think, it's not 100% sure, but on the 25th of, what are we now, February, 25th of February, so 2 weeks yesterday, we are seeing the consultant, and we won't know until that day whether he's actually having the surgery or not. which is really scary because you can't really plan. Like, I've ordered him a dog buggy. It's what everybody uses now when their dogs have operations, because, well, not everybody, but you know, it means that I'll be able to take him out in the fresh air for an hour, whereas he won't be able to walk but for a few steps. I'll be able to stop every now and then and let him walk for as long as it doesn't hurt him, and then put him back in again. So that will be an interesting experience for me. And I'm really nervous. I'm super nervous because it could be something worse. You know, the appointment, they're going to do x-rays and whatnot to find out what he's got. And the belief is that he's probably got a cruciate ligament tear, but it could be his tumour in the bone, and that would be the worst case scenario. So if it is a cruciate tear, I'll need to cling on to the fact that, you know, that's better than the alternative. The best case scenario is that he has a muscle strain. That would just be amazing. And it would be kind of funny because we're actually selling the car, you know, in order to fund the surgery, because again, we need to pay it like within 2 days. If we go in on that day and he has surgery, he'll stay that night, get the surgery the following day, and then we pick him up the day after that, and we need to pay the £5,000 then. So if it's just a muscle strain, obviously he won't need surgery, and that will be the absolute best outcome. We're taking him swimming at the weekend because that's something that will build up his muscles and help. So hopefully get a couple of sessions in before he goes for his operation. So that's everything for today, other than to tell you what I'm wearing. Foundation, I should have mentioned it when I showed you, but I've got this on. So it's the Kat Von D True Portrait in Light 018. I was just thinking there, I should have told you what skin type it's for, but I don't really know because my skin is very combination now. Like, I can get oil breakthrough, I can get dry patches. It's not as oily as it used to be. I would say it's more on, yeah, it's combination. It's normal / combination. This doesn't make my skin tight or anything like that, and it doesn't show up any dry patches. So I think this is probably fairly universal and good for most skin types. On my eyes is the Huda Beauty, surprise, surprise, the Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions palette in Rich. On my cheeks is the Hourglass blush in, now what is it called? Is it Incandescent? No. It's something magenta. It doesn't look magenta at all, does it? To me, what I'm seeing back here is a kind of more of a peachy orangey colour than the sort of pink colour that it looks like it is in the pan. On my lips is the Colourpop liquid lipstick in Midnight Snack, and then on top of it I used that Revolution lip balm. And I will link the hair jewellery because I had them on in the last video and you guys were asking, so I will link that for you. But I do have a video of me putting them in and showing you how to use them and showing different hairstyles and whatnot, so I'll maybe try and remember and link that as well. This top, how cute is this? It's so cozy. It's one of those, well, obviously it's really thin, so I've got a little vest top on underneath it, but this is from Zara. I just love tops like this. They've got a few like this and it's like $17.99 or something. Really pretty. That's everything. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.